Very good morning to everybody. Now we are going to discuss the Constitution of India. In this lesson, the Constitution of India, third Roman letter. Take the correct and the wrong answer. Constitution. First question. Constitution is the supreme law of land. Yes, Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It is a correct. So take. Then second question. Before independence, our country was governed according to the Constitution. Before independence, whether our country India governed according to the Constitution? No. Because the Constitution was framed in the year 1946 to 1946 December to 1949 November. Then our independence got in the year 1947. But this Constitution was effective from 1950. So before independence, our country has not governed according to the Constitution. So wrong. Our country became a sovereign democratic republic on 15th August 1947. 15th August 1947, we got the independence. We got the freedom. So we have celebrated the first Independence Day on 15th August 1947. So the Sovereign Democratic Republic and all came effective on 26th January 1950. So it is wrong. Because our country became a Sovereign Democratic Republic and all, it was Sovereign Democratic Republic. It became effective on 26th January 1950. Fourth question. In India, the son or daughter of the president succeeds him after his death? No, it is not possible. This is false. Why? Because if the president has been got death, immediately the election will be conducted once within 3 to 4 months. Then any candidate, whoever is contesting, through them only, the elected candidate only will be coming as a republic president. The president's son or daughter can't able to occupy that post. In India, all religions are equally respected? Yes. Because equality is there in India. So, yes. Elections to the parliament and state legislatures are held every 5 years. Yes. For MP, parliament means MPs. State legislatures means MLAs. For these peoples, for 5 years once, the election will be held. Yes, true. The next one. Answer the following. What is Constitution? What do you mean by the term Constitution? What does it contains? What do you mean by the term Constitution? What does it contain? Constitution means it contains how to govern. Constitution means how to govern the country. Then mainly another thing is it is a framework which the government has to function. It is a framework in which the government has to function. As per the powers are powers of different organs of the government, it will be functioning. So this is what about the Constitution. Constitution means how to govern the country. It contains. Mainly it is a government. The government has to function. For that Constitution is needed. Powers of different organs of the government. So this is what about the things which have been dealing. Then Why is it necessary to have a constitution for our country. Why is it necessary to have a constitution? For what purpose the constitution is needed? Our constitution, our Indian constitution explains sovereign, equality, justice, secular, and mainly equality, socialism, secularism, socialism, and democracy. Our Indian constitution explains sovereign, equality, justice, secularism, socialism, democracy, equality, and fraternity. So for that purpose only this constitution is needed. By this only the constitution is necessary. Then it has its importance on its own. It has its importance on its own. Justice, fraternity, F-R-A-T-E-R-N-I-T-Y. Name the body. That's all about this necessary of the constitution. Third question is, name the body that framed the constitution of India. Who was its chairman? Name the body that framed the constitution of India is. Which body? The Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly is the body who they have framed the constitution of India. That is articles, schedules, parts, and everything. So the body that framed the constitution of India is Constituent Assembly. Who was its chairman? For this Constituent Assembly, who was its chairman? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the chairman of Constituent Assembly. Who represented? Fourth question is, who represented the Anglo-Indians and Parsis in Constituent Assembly? In Constituent Assembly, who represented the Anglo-Indians? Frank Anthony. Frank Anthony represented Anglo-Indians. And who represented the Parsi community? Who represented the Parsi community? Dr. H.P. Modi. Dr. H.P. Modi represented the Parsi community. In Constituent Assembly, Frank Anthony represented Anglo-Indians and Dr. H.P. Modi represented the Parsi community. That's all about this topic, today's class. Next class we can see it on tomorrow.